All right, welcome to the live stream today. It is Monday, January 6, 2025. Happy New Year. Hope you're doing great. And let's log into Sterling Stock Picker. My year has started off very interesting. It's a little chaotic, which it normally isn't. Went for a walk this morning with my dog and then couldn't find him for the next hour and a half. So there you go. It's just a crazy morning. So I apologize for my lateness for the live stream. All right. I want to talk a little bit about my pick for last year was Palantir, and it performed very well. It went from a year ago, it was $16.67. December 31st, it was $75.63. Looks like $75.63. So a 300%, a little over 300% return. Everything still is applicable as to why I liked that stock. I still like it. They still have strong contracts. Many industries and sectors are buying their data. Palantir is that company that basically gets all of our information and sells it to hospital industry, the governments, things of that nature. So I still like the stock. I think it needs to be part of your portfolio going into 2025. So I would not sell it here, even though it's had a tremendous run up last year. It took a very long time for the stock to get from 16 to double. It took 8 months, and then all of a sudden it doubled again in a shorter period of time. So I think this company could easily be in the $200, $300 range going forward. Still has a relatively small market cap, 172 billion. We do have a hold rating on it, and I agree with that. If you own it, hold it. If you don't own it, I think you need to be buying some during a pullback with the stock. So that's Palantir. Now this year, my pick for the year is a stock in the accelerated category as well. High risk company, so only buy shares of this if your risk tolerance level can handle the high risk, and that's Big Bear AI. Couple of reasons why I like this company. Government contracts in the AI space. They're situated at the border, airports, like everywhere where there's going to be continue to be increased security. This company is in that space. And recently, now I talked about this stock December 19th. It was at $3.35. It ran up to $4.50. So it's already had a 50% move. But I still think that there's a tremendous opportunity with this. And here is here's where the news story is very relevant. They received let's find this. Here we go. December 21st, the news secures a major GSA OASIS Plus contract, expanding AI solutions for federal agencies. This essentially is a 10-year, let me click through that, a 10-year contract with no ceiling on spending. So as long as they are performing on their end and doing what they're hired to do, this contract could be absolutely huge. So I'm going to actually link this article in the chat for this live stream today, because I'd like you to take a look at this. Only buy into this company if you can handle a high risk stock, right? It's high risk. $4.37. Like, I have to believe my prediction by the end of 2025, this stock could very well be in the $10 to $12 range. And, I'm essentially going by that their earnings continue to grow. Their top line revenue continues to grow. They don't, like, their earnings surprises over the last year have been very positive. A year ago, up 78%. First quarter 2024, up 32%. These are the upside surprises. And I mean, even though, the naysayers on this stock, here's a couple things to consider. The growth rate, only 22% quarterly year over year. Some people think that's not sufficient. And then there's also this huge internal, like the CEO selling her shares and some other C-suite executives selling their shares. Now, the only thing I can think of is they've probably held these shares for a while, and they've been sitting with it. In 2024, the stock traded anywhere from $2 to had a spike in early March of $4.33, but then sideways. I mean, you can see clearly $1.53 April to right here November, 6 months sideways, and then the breakout. So we've got green above red. We've got the MFI sitting in the sweet spot of 62.7. I think this stock is worthy of your investment dollars, and that is the reason that I think it is my number one pick for 2025. So again, if your portfolio can handle some higher risk stocks, I highly recommend this in the right space. They're doing all the right things. The contracts are rolling in. I think in these sellers internally, I mean, the CEO dumped 2.2 million shares at like 267, so has missed a huge run up in the stock. And I just don't agree with. Again, I think it's because like her sell-off was right around here, early December, and she's missed a big move in the stock. This company is interesting because they acquired another company last year, and the president of that company has now stepped up and become president of Big Bear. But on the other hand, they have this woman who is the CEO. Her background is with IBM, and I don't know how jointly they're running the company. That's not been talked about. I don't know what her role is versus his role, but it seems like they're making all the right moves. It is a little concerning that she's selling some of her shares and some other insiders are, as well as the company. I think, let me take a look at the balance sheet. Let's see. And as we look at the holders of this stock, the institutional holders are the usual suspects: BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, but not a lot of shares. So, and this was as of recent, like the end of September 30th. But let's look at their trading. So shares outstanding are 250 million. The float is 101 million. And there are some short sellers. So shares shorted are 20 million. So a lot of insiders have shares of this stock. So if the outstanding shares are 250 and the float is only 101, then clearly insiders are holding this. It's being held off. It's being held on the balance sheet of the company, as well as insiders and probably venture capitalists. Although this stock has been around for a while, let's take a look. And they're located in Columbia, Maryland, by the way. I actually went to high school there with Ed Norton. Ed Norton and I went to high school together. And it offers national security, supply chain management, and digital identity and biometric solutions. So they are really well positioned for the next, really what's going on. Border protection, transportation, security, manufacturing, distribution, logistics. Like they're just right in the exact right sectors. So anyway, this is my pick for the year. And always remember too, when stock prices hit $5 a share, then institutions can start investing in it. And when it hits $7 a share, pension funds can start buying shares of the stock. So I think we've got an interesting company here. Again, I still like Palantir. Hold on to it if you've got it. And this would be Big Bear AI is my #1 pick for 2025. All right, you all have a fantastic